All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's call. Okay, so just to the point, today we are going to look at moving averages. We're going to look at moving averages. And it is very important. It's very, very important for us to understand that when it comes to trading, me personally, I might teach a lot. I might teach a lot when it comes to teaching how to analyze the market. I might teach a lot, but you as the trader, you must be able to find what works for you. I may not come here and you hear me say that this is what works, this is what works. No, I will share the different strategies. But when it comes to you as a trader, you must find what resonates with you. When I talk about resonating, what basically works for you as a person, okay? So it is key and very important for us to understand that what works for you might be different with what works for me. And because of that, we can have the same trading view application, but all of us using it in a different perspective. All right. Okay, so let's now get into the topic. Let's get into the topic. All right. Okay. Now, when we talk about moving averages, when we talk about moving averages, when we talk about moving averages, it is important that as we start looking at indicators, we are going to be able to see that we have two types of indicators. We have what we call lagging indicators. And when we talk about lagging indicators, basically, we mean that these are indicators that do not give real-time information. For example, the MACD, the moving average convergence divergence indicator, which we are going to look at in the coming few days. Then we have what we call real-time indicators. real-time indicators. Indicators that give information with what is happening in the market at that time. So when we talk about averages, moving averages, the word an average is like when you say 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. And then you say, I'll divide it by 4. What you get is the average. It's like when we talk about in trading, we talk about dollar cost averaging. Friends, can you be able to see my screen? Because now I've started and I'm very serious. Let me know. Can you be able to see my screen? I did not ask that. Can you be able to see my screen? If you're not seeing my screen, move out and come in again. If you cannot see my screen, move out and come in again. If you cannot see my screen, move out and come in again. Let me just give in a few minutes because it seems I'm going to be very serious now. If you cannot see my screen, just move out and come in again. But also, do not delay to come back. Do not delay to come back. Move out and come in again. Those who have not been seeing my screen. Those of you who can see my screen, type from here one in the chat. I don't like this type of I think I'm going to write to Zoom. I don't like this type of whiteboard they introduced. It's a little bit more advanced, but also it has more limitations. Yeah, it has more limitations. It surely has more limitations. A lot of limitations, and me as a person, I don't like, but it is more advanced. It looks more better. Maybe it's me who doesn't know how to use it, but okay. See, but being sports, strategic and planning. Let's keep on. Okay, now let's go. Now, like the word talks about, like you see when we are trading in Royal Q, we say, for example, we have two strategies. We have the bull run strategy. And we have the buy poverty. You know, these strategies, we say the AI margin call must be on to prevent the robot from just throwing your money into the market. But the most important gist of our trading experience using Royal Q sits on the power of the first buying amount and the margin calls. And on the margin calls, this is where now we move into what we call the margin configuration. Because someone asked me yesterday, how does it come that someone with $500 can make $50 a day? It's very easy. So the first buying amount. If someone decides to use the most dangerous strategy, very dangerous, because once the market catches your leg, you need to be very patient. It's called the buy by poverty, the super buy by poverty. Me, it's my best. I have my $500 and I go with my first buying amount of $250. When the robot buys, I remove 250 and put 10. Then in the multiple buying ratio, I make sure on the margin configuration, the first call is 0.2, second call is 0.3, third call is 0.5, fourth call is 1, and this one is 1. And then this side, I put a 5, a 5, a 5, a 5, a 5. Meaning whenever the market will drop, it will put in $50. It drops, put in $50. It drops, put in $50. Drops, put in $50. Drops, put in $50. Unless there is a huge manipulation in the market, like happened recently, that's when you can be seriously caught. That's when you can be seriously caught. But if you trade with the AI margin call on, this is where the gist of the business, and I'm talking about average. Because in your Royal Q, while you are trading, you have what we call the average price. What makes you make more money and get out of the trade is the average price. If you enter, let me say Bitcoin at $70,000 and you don't trade with margin calls, you will wait until Bitcoin comes back to $70,000. But when you trade with margin calls, whenever the robot will buy, let me say this call and put in $50, you will create a new average price, which could be now, let me say $69,500. When it buys again, you create a new average price, which now becomes, let me say, 68. When it buys again, it creates a new average price, which will become 67. It drops again, it creates a new average price. Let me say you get to $66,000. Now, since that's both the first time, the second, the third, and the fourth, when it buys the fifth time, with this last call here, which gets you to around an average price of, let me say, $6,500. Now, the difference between trader A and trader B is that trader A is looking for profit, but trader B is looking for profit, but trader A is looking to win a trade. Now, because trader A wants to win a trade, he puts his strategy mode in sub-bin mode, and make sure that when the robot buys call number 5 and sells call number 5, it pushes his overall average price closer to the current price. And the robot can keep on buying this call 100 times. It buys, it sells, it buys, it sells, it buys, it sells. It gets through all these average prices. It buys, it sells. He was at 65. Bitcoin is still dropping. Bitcoin could go at Bitcoin can go up to around $47,000. Me, that was my prediction, but I don't know. I'm gonna show you my analysis. But then this is technical analysis, but fundamentally it looks very hard. So by the time we are two traders, me, I want to win a trade, for you are looking for profit. We are two different. So I make sure that my robot is buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling this fifth call, not giving back my profit, using my profit to move the average price closer to my current price. And in a blink of an eye, me, I'm out of this trade with a bigger profit. We cannot make the same profit with a bigger profit. Now, the other issue that disturbs people before I go to my average, my moving averages. Hey. The other thing that disturbs people before I move into my moving averages is that profit per day. I want you to change this perspective of profit per day to analyze your results on a monthly basis or 2 weeks. Because if I make, let me say, $50 today, and I enter, let me say, yesterday I traded Beck, and Beck is still in floating loss. And I have $500. Even if I remain with $100 in my account, I'll not move this money to another trade. Me personally, it depends on one person to another. I'll just make sure that my robot utilizes this on the 5th call. It keeps on buying and selling, so that it keeps on helping me move this average price closer to the current price. As simple as that. Yes, it is true. This coin can spend some more days. Now there is this one called the Adam. Adam, could you focus on your screen and stop tapping in my screen? You know, the people you have found here have been very cooperative. It's you has just come in and now you are becoming a problem. So friends, averaging trades is very important. Opening up margin calls. And if you're using those strategies, Buran, Super Buran, Bye-Bye Poverty, the AI margin call must be on. If it is not on, when I talk about AI, now this is where so many people make a mistake. Before I move into my moving averages very fast, because I'm going to take very little time dealing with them. They switch on the margin calls and they don't switch on the AI. Some of them switch on the AI and they don't switch on the margin calls. If you switch on the AI and don't switch on the margin call, the robot will not buy. The AI follows the instructions of the margin calls. It just helps you buy in real time. So you must make sure that the margin calls are on and the AI is also on. Good. Okay, now let's get to something else. We are not here for that, but I'm still emphasizing the power of averaging trades as a key fundamental when it comes to trading. Now, when we come to technical analysis, especially TradingView or exchanges or RoyalQ, we have something we call the moving averages. These are soothing lines. They are just lines. And these lines have numbers. Someone could say that is using a multiple of 5. He says he's looking at 5 as the number. This means this is a 5 moving average. And then he says my second moving average will be a 10. Then my next moving average will be a 15. He's using multiples of 5. Then my next moving average will be a 20. Now, what does this mean? This means this line, this soothing line, is looking at the average of the previous 5 candles. Now, 5 candles in what time frame? Maybe in 15 minutes. 5 candles in what time frame? Let me be in 30 minutes. 5 candles in what time frame? Let me be in 1 hour. 5 candles in what time frame? In 4 hours. It depends on which time frame you choose. I discuss time frames here. The results will be different depending on the time zone. the average. It will be forming a line in the chart of the average. For example, when you go to your Royal Q, Royal Q has moving averages. Royal Q has moving averages. I don't have any other device on this Zoom, but Royal Q has moving averages, and these moving averages that are on your Royal Q, I was just switching off someone. Okay, now Royal Q has moving averages. And in your Royal Q, those that are using, now the difference is from different devices. Those that are using iOS, there is a MA5, there is MA10, there is MA20. Those are using iOS. And there is MA30, iOS. Let me just get my other phone. Bebe. That's me, I'm good work. All right, I'm back now. Now, when you check on with an Android, if you are using an Android phone, you will find that Android users, you have MA7, you have moving average 25, and you have moving average 99. Someone saying cannot hear anything. If you can hear me, give me one in the chat. But I said, let me go and pick my phone. Let's go. Now, if you are using an Android phone, when you open your charts, you'll be seeing those moving averages. And they will be of different colors. You'll find that the 99 on Android users, it is purple, the purple line. Then the 25 moving average is, I don't know now, colors. Now colors. Colors, the colors here. Now colors. The color is what? Which color is the 25 moving average? Color. Now, this one is orange. This one I can see is orange. The 25 is pink. This is pink. Now is this one now writing in my screen? Some of you, where you came from, where? Some of you came from where? Someone comes and draws straight lines in your chart 3 times. Don't worry. Just contact me immediately after the Zoom. I will come open the whiteboard for you. You can even sleep on it and you write the whole day. You write the whole day. Because sure, I don't think I'm dealing with wrong people. I think I'm dealing with right people. Don't write in my screen. Just focus. I don't know if I'm right, but just focus. Please don't write in my screen. We know you are here and we respect your presence. Now, friends, these moving averages are good. Now, this one means in Royal Q, it is looking at the average price. That line you see, that orange line, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. It's giving the average price of the last 7 candles. That 25 you see, it is giving the average price. It is moving on the average price of the last 25 candles. That 99 you see, it is giving an average price of the 99 moving averages. It is still the same side for those of you who are using iOS. For you, the colors are many. The colors. For you have 4 moving averages. I thought I will survive, but people are dealing with me. But I had bought another channel, but I thought I would return to this and see. But I had paid for another whiteboard. Okay, now here you have a 5 moving average. You have a 10 moving average. You have a 20 moving average. And you have a 30 moving average. Those that are using iPhones or iOS, it is the same stuff, my friend. It is looking at the average price of the last 5 candles, of the last 10 candles, of the last 20 candles, of the last 30 candles. The performance is the average price. Am I clear? Now, the formula is simple on how these moving averages can be used. If you have understood what this means, give me a 3 in the chat. If you have understood what that means, give me a 3 in the chat. If you have understood what that means, give me a 3 in the chat. Good. Okay, then Jude says he has not understood. Okay, now we are talking about moving averages. Moving averages. They have numbers. When you go to Binance and open a chart, Binance could say this is MA5. It means this moving average is a soothing line, is a line that is moving in your chart. And at this price where it is moving is the average price of the last 5 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the average price is where this line is standing. If it is a 10 moving average,
Why is it different for iOS and Android, yet the same royal queue? One phone has a better. You want me to? I hope I'm not attacking. One has a better technology system than the other. Are we okay, my brother Numbers? One has a better technology system than the other. Is it fine? Have I answered you very well, or I hurt you? I hope I've not hurt. One has a better technology system than the other. So the other could support better advanced moving averages, 4 of them, but the other one cannot support them. Yes. I hope the answer, it is the same royal queue, but actually, by the way, for example, I hope I've finished. I've answered you very well, my brother. Not in bad spirit. Are we okay with that question? Now, when we say MA10, you'll find they will be giving them different colors. It is the line will form where the average price of the last 10 candles. Are we okay, my brother Dennis Jude? Let me know in the chat if I've answered you now. Let me know if I've answered you now. Are we okay with the understanding? Okay. Now the average price. Okay, good. Now, friends, how do we use this average price? You'll find that for me, when I'm going to show you the average prices, friends, I will use my best numbers. My best numbers in this world are called the Fibonacci numbers. The Fibonacci numbers. The Fibonacci numbers, these are unique numbers. The Fibonacci numbers are unique numbers, friends, and I love them. And I don't want to, have you ever discovered, how many of us know a pineapple? How many of us know a pineapple? How many of us know a pineapple? Let me know. How many of us know a pineapple? Good. Now, if you know a pineapple, the leaves of a pineapple use a Fibonacci sequence. Have you seen when a pineapple is growing, it forms a sequence? How many of us know a tree? How many of us have ever asked themselves, why do tree branches, one comes like this, then another one comes like this, then another one comes like this, then another one. How many have asked themselves, why do tree branches, why do they come from a different model? They don't come in a straight line because, you see, we could expect them to come like, if you look at how a bean grows, why is it that the bean starts from here? It forms one, then it's then it. So now, friends, I know you haven't taken time, but these leaves, God created them that they come out in a Fibonacci shape. Also, human beings, but here I might attack. That's why I'm not going to use human beings as an example. But also human beings have Fibonacci numbers. The reason why your nose is somewhere and your ear is somewhere is because of Fibonacci numbers. The reason why the faces are different. Some of you, maybe you have an 80 Fibonacci number, and another one has a 13 Fibonacci number, another one has a 55 Fibonacci number, and because of those differences, the shape comes out in a different way. So, you know, I'm not the creator, so that's why I'm not attacking. But Fibonacci numbers appear in nature. Okay, when people are building huge buildings, they use Fibonacci numbers to calculate that mathematical formula. Now, Fibonacci numbers are very important, and they exist. The 8 Fibonacci number, the 13 Fibonacci number. And how are Fibonacci numbers good? Fibonacci numbers are simple. They add, let me say, 2 plus 3 equals 5. That is the Fibonacci. So when I write a 2 and I write a 3, to get the next Fibonacci number, I will say 2 plus 3, 5. 5, 3 plus 5, 8. 8 plus 5, 8 plus 5, 13. 13 plus 8, are we following? Now, don't ask me who created the numbers. I'm not going to go into that history. 8 plus 5, 13. Then we go 13 plus 8, 21. 13 plus 8, 21. Then 21 plus 13. That's how the Fibonacci numbers keep on being formed. So there are many. But for me, you'll find that when you decide to use, let me say, the 8 moving average, which is a Fibonacci, the 13 moving average, which is a Fibonacci, a 21 moving average, which is a Fibonacci number, and a 55 moving average, which is a Fibonacci number, you'll be getting better results. And so these numbers, they can act as a support. These lines can act as a support. They can act as a support. What do I mean? If I put, let me say, 100 moving average or a 200 moving average, and I find out that candles are forming above this line like this, then I can say that the 200 moving average is acting as a support. At the same time, they can act as a resistance. If this line, if it is, let me say this is a 55 moving average, and candles come touch the average, then the market goes down. It touches the line, then the market goes down, touches the line. So it is acting as a resistance. But we do not use this as support and resistance. What do we use and how do we use the moving averages? For example, one of the best combination of moving average that most traders use in the market is a 20 moving average and a 200 moving average. One line, this is a 20 moving average. And another line, this, another line, this is a 200 moving average. Now, this point where a small moving average of 20 crosses a big moving average of 200 is called a golden cross. Now, it means that the average price of 200 candles and the average price of 20 candles, if a small moving average crosses this big moving average, this is called a golden cross. It is called a golden cross because the market is expected to do more better, which we call it will form an uptrend. People have been asking me for a long time, when did the Bitcoin uptrend start? And no matter what you say, friends, no matter what we say, you say, when we get to TradingView here, And this is the common analysis most traders take. Let me come here. My trading view was not here already. It's on my other device. I don't usually use this device because it's a trading device that I'm training my daughter to start using. So I don't usually. So when she comes here, she uses this for her trading experience. But then let's get in. The reason why she loves it is because it is touchable, so she can touch and play a little bit as she's able to understand more about the opportunity. Let's open and look at Bitcoin. Okay, so let's look at Bitcoin. What is happening here? Okay, let's look at Bitcoin. Just want to give an example. BTC, USDT. Okay, there we go. Now, this is so I will need to delete these indicators because this trading view is not paid. Now, this is Bitcoin, and we are going to go in one day. And I want to thank God yesterday if all goes well fundamentally, yesterday looks to be our last using fundamental analysis, not technical analysis. If the market gets supported here, friends, this could be the last downward movement of Bitcoin fundamentally, but technically, it is not. This could be the last downward movement of Bitcoin. Yesterday, it could be the last price you see Bitcoin at. You may not see it again. That is fundamentally. But if I'm asked technically, Bitcoin has a gap, and I've said this for a very long time, means it has a gap, and this gap needs to be respected. And this gap sits at the $50,000 gap. The market did a move that I was not expected. People switching on your videos. Who has invited you on a camera? Someone is running without a video. Certainly, he puts on the video. When you put on the video, do you see better? Let me squeeze this screen for you. Now, this is the movement of Bitcoin. I personally can say that I still expect, unless this is the least Bitcoin could do, this at $50,000. This is technical analysis, but fundamentally, no, I don't expect Bitcoin to come down here. If this market gets respected in that area, it could be the lowest price. I want to promise you'll ever see Bitcoin do again. It could be your last time. It could be the last time. That is fundamentally. But if Bitcoin breaks this area here, my friend, we are going at 50K. If it breaks this area here, hey, and you see candle closing below here, then we shall see Bitcoin here. But if the market gets closed here, friends, then we are going to see Bitcoin form a new all-time high of not less than $80,000.
It's gonna be able to be one of our best next moves. And someone may be asking, how do you know that? I will just come in here and use the Fib trend extension. So just take this to the highest price of BTC, which is $73,000, and then to the lowest price of BTC. Okay. So the 100,000 mark, the least that Bitcoin can do is here. This is just analysis. It is here. It will go up to $80,000 from here. We shall see Bitcoin form a new all-time high of $80,000. If the market gets respected here, friends, but if it doesn't, then we could see Bitcoins going to as low as $50,000. Trust me, as low as $50,000. Okay, that is not why I'm here or doing this analysis. I was just giving you a basic information. But no matter what happens, Bitcoin is an amazing cryptocurrency. Now let's get moving averages in here. So we come in here and we are going to put in moving averages. Moving averages. Okay. So moving averages. Okay. Now with moving averages, they are of two types. We have simple moving averages and we have exponential moving averages. And I want to be very clear with these moving averages. They're of two types. We have simple moving averages and we have exponential moving averages. What is the difference between the two? I know tomorrow I'll still continue with this. What is the difference between the two? When you come here and type in moving averages, like moving averages, you will get two types. You will get simple moving averages and you will get exponential moving averages, moving average exponential. What is the difference? The difference is that the exponential moving averages tend to give both past and present data information, while the simple moving averages do not look so much in the past. That's why I choose the exponential moving averages. Let me just give some simple, more detailed information. Just a minute. Just a minute. I'm about to finish. Just a minute. I'm about to finish. Okay. Now, the main difference between the simple moving average and the exponential moving average lies in the weight of the points data of their collection. Let me just get into this a little bit because I might leave it untouched. If I'm asked, let me use the white color. What is the difference? The difference between simple moving averages, SMAs, versus exponential moving averages, EMAs. This is the abbreviation you're going to meet. Simple moving averages, SMAs, exponential moving average, EMAs. Now, the difference is just the weight. The weight of data points, the data they look at. Now, calculation of simple moving average is calculated by averaging a set number of past data points. A set number of data points. Now, weighting all data points is in the chosen period are weighed equally. The simple moving average is slower to respond to recent price changes because it gives equal importance to all data points within the period.
Now, when we talk about these simple moving averages, they're a little bit slower to recent prices, because for them, they look at all, if this is the average price you see here, and this is an exponential. If it is a simple moving average, it will look at all points. It will give equal importance to all data points within, let me say it is a 5 moving average. It will give all equal data points to all the 5 previous candles. While exponential moving average is calculated using a formula that gives more weight to recent data points. More data points have exponentially great weight in the calculation. The exponential moving average is more responsive to recent price changes due to its heavier weight on the latest data. So the exponential moving average, this one, will only focus on data points that are more recent, while the exponential moving average will look at the past so much and also at the present and provide an average. So what you see this line is the average price of the last candles, and we're going to find out which it is. We just tap here on settings, and this is a 55 moving average. Now, since it's a 55 moving average, friends, it is giving us an average price. This is the average price of the last 55 candles. Of the last 55 candles, this is the average price. Now, the formula is simple. When candles are forming above that line, we say the market is on an uptrend. When candles are forming below the line, we say it is on a downtrend. Now, moving averages help us to know whether the market is on an uptrend or the market is on a downward trend, depending on the time frame. If we change this time frame, friends, and move it from 1 hour, from 1 day where it is, and let me say we press it in the 4-hour time frame, I hope it works out very fast. So in the 1 day, it is on a downward trend, and in the 4 hour is on a downward trend. But let us go, let me set 15 minutes. Now, in the 15 minutes, you'll see that still the market was on a downward trend like before, but now it crossed above. If it remains above here, we could say maybe this market is deciding to become an uptrend in the 15 minutes. Let's go to the 5 minutes. You see, in the 5 minutes, there was a downward trend, then it closed above. If it still remains above, we could see that we could say that Bitcoin is on an uptrend in the 5 minutes time frame. Now let's go to 1 week. And now, friends, we could say that Bitcoin is on an uptrend in the 1 week time frame. Now, what people do, they create what we call combination of moving averages. For example, I'll write in moving averages here. Convergence. I like this exponential for the reasons I've explained. Then I come on this indicator here. I tap on the setting icon. I change this, let me say, from a 55 to a 21 moving average. Then I change the style. I change the color.
The color is orange. Okay, good. Is this orange? I want orange. This is orange. This is also orange. This orange is better. Now, friends, this is now where the business comes in. And this is what makes the difference between a trader and an investor. An investor will look at a bigger time frame. Now we are in 1 week. So if someone wanted to stay in Bitcoin for some time and say, I want to enter Bitcoin, I will wait for a golden cross, and the golden cross appears here, where a 21 moving average crossed a 55 moving average, and someone gets in. He gets into this Bitcoin. It means that if we get back to our price range here, friends, where is this one? Our price range. And at the candle, the breakout candle here, someone got in, and he said he will stay in this trade until the previous all-time high of Bitcoin. He got in at the price of Bitcoin. Let us draw the line. He got in at the price of Bitcoin here when the price of Bitcoin was $30,000. And he said he wanted to get out at the previous all-time high of Bitcoin, which is this one here, which was when Bitcoin went to as high as $65,000. That's when he got out. This person will have made 115%. But the big question says, for how long did this person wait? Because that's where now people miss it out. Let us get the date and prediction price, because it is always available. So it is here. The date, how many? Now we are going to go up to where the price was. Now this person stayed in here for 483 days. For 483 days. So he got in around November 2023. And this person took their profit around here in August 2024. It is close to a year. Now, the reason why many people quit crypto is because they don't have the power to wait. When someone takes a trade, for example, if someone is trading Bitcoin and is looking at Bitcoin, let me say in the 4-hour time frame, someone will say that Bitcoin is severely very down. But if you look at the bigger perspective of Bitcoin, I have a question, friends. Is Bitcoin up or down? If you look at it in the 1 week time frame. Some answers in the chat. Is Bitcoin on an uptrend or a downtrend on a bigger time frame? Some answers in the chat. It's on an uptrend. Now, friends, cryptocurrency requires some degree of patience. It requires some degree. Now, these are investors. But a trader who looks at Bitcoin in the 4-hour time frame, my friend, they are now speaking guangwa guangwa. And the reason why they are speaking guangwa guangwa is that if you decide, is this a locked chart? Is this a locked chart? No, it's not. I thought it was a locked chart. Now, How do we use moving averages? That will be my last statement for today. And I will use the 4-hour time frame because I'm using a combination of a 55 moving average and a 21 moving average. Friends, the formula is simple, how you use moving averages. You get in at the golden cross, for example, here, and you get out at the death close. That is how simple you use these moving averages. Some people usually say that, for example, if you got in from here and you got out from here, you would say that the take profit is very little. Let me draw a line. You got in from here and you get out from here. When you compare this take profit, for example, it is a 1.97%. But if someone had stayed in, maybe they would have taken, if they said they go in for the all-time high. Let me delete. If someone had, for them, they had gone for the other upper part. This one here, someone who got in here and said he got out from here. Why is it not writing? Someone's, you would have got close to a 4%. Now, you are very right, which is also okay. You could have gotten from here and got out from the previous resistance. But still, you can sometimes make an earlier exit from a coin. I don't know if I'm making some knowledge. Let me look for a coin called MTL that traded well yesterday. MTL USDT. Yes, the coin is MTL USDT. Let's look at this coin. This is my last sharing. Then I will end today's call. Let me stop this one as a video. Let me ask friends, when you are having a video, is it that when you switch on the video, you see very well? I might be mistreating you here. The reason why I don't like the video is simple. It's because the video disturbs me here on my screen. But I want to know, is it that when you switch on the video, you see more clearly? Or even when the video is off, you still see? Now, friends, okay? We are in a 4-hour time frame. Let me just go a little bit lower to 30 minutes time frame to create the sense I'm talking about. Okay, now the reason why we are divided, but you can decide to go in for the previous high. For example, this is MTL and you were a trader. You got in here, which is at the close of this candle. You got in there. Then, if you are trading, for example, if you want to be a smart trader, because here I'm now dealing with professional, you will decide to press your coin in cycle, not one shot. And you say, I have gotten this coin at this. Then you press it in a cycle and you wait for the crossover to happen. So here the robot is buying and selling, comes down, buys, sells, buys, sells, buys, sells, buys, sells. You make a lot of money. Then it drops again. Then it rises, buys, sells, it's buying and selling, buying and selling. And now, when you see that this 21 moving average is crossing, planning to cross a 55 moving average, this is called a death close. A death cross. It means that the market is now going to turn against you. Then you press the coin in one shot. So you wait for it now to sell, and you have been able to collect a lot of money from this coin. But you should not try this
if you are not willing to monitor this trade, give me one in the chat if I'm clear. Because once you see, now this is in 30 minutes. Once you see the crossover in a lower time frame, then maybe you plan to say, I'm planning to exit such a trade. But you got in at the crossover. Sometimes when you don't wait for the crossover, you might make an earlier exit in a coin that is still going to give you a lot of money. For example, if you look at this in the 4-hour time frame, has this coin started or it's about to start? In the 4-hour time frame, has this coin started or it's about to start? Has this coin started or it's about to start? Let me hear your answers in the chat. Because now I'm preparing you for the bull run. You find a crossover like here on MTL. You say, oh my goodness. You get in. Then you press this on a cycle of 1.52% take profit. It keeps on giving you money, buys and sells, buys and sells, buys and sells. But you must have enough capital. Kwanza $100, don't try this strategy, because if all your 100 get stuck here, you might break your bone. Am I making sense? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? People with the little capital, don't try this, because it might break your bone. Eh? Yeah, you must have some capital, at least $5,000 or $10,000. Then you say, I found a good coin. For example, MTL. I'm going to expose $1,000 of my capital and allow my robot to be on cycle. It buys, it sells, it buys, it sells. You still have a remainder of $4,000 to help you trade other trades as you wait. Because now here, you are in waiting time. The reason why we use this is because we don't want to make an earlier exit in the market. You might leave this coin too early when it is about to start giving you money. Am I making sense to somebody? Am I making sense to somebody? I don't know. Let me know. I might be here speaking guangwa, bolingo, but I want to be very clear. Let me give you an example, friends, of what happened on this coin in the history. Because you might make an earlier exit in the market. Imagine you found MTL at a price of 1.4. You entered from here at the crossover and you pressed this coin on a cycle, and it paid you close to over, this is 102%. And when you saw the golden cross here, you put your coin in one shot here. You pressed your coin in one shot just to make sure that now, once it rises a little bit, let the coin get out and you move out of that trade. This would have saved you the burden of where this coin now flops down up to over close to $1.3. But you were able to maximize this coin with 105% profit. So moving averages are key because they help you stay in a trade long time. If you can press your coins on a cycle in Royal Q, they prevent you from making earlier exit from the trades. You don't get out of trades very fast, and they help you maximize profit. So you enter at the golden cross, you exit at the death close. See you in my class for tomorrow when I will be still breaking down a strategy. Now I'll be sharing a strategy of a moving average exponential that is key and profound. This strategy that will prevent you to sell very early. You enter at the breakout every single time, and you sell off when the 55 moving average crosses a 200 moving average. I'll be expound on this tomorrow, friends. See you there. Then I will go to how to
create a small picture and a big picture in the market. God bless you. It has been a palm-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege to be with you this morning. See you on the next call today. Today is a Tuesday. Let me warn you, friends. Before you go, don't go. Let me finish my warning before you go. Although trading is highly a profitable business, I cannot switch off my camera. I cannot switch on my camera. Although trading is highly a profitable business, making money or becoming wealthy involves providing a service or a product. If you are trading alone in this business, even if you have a lot of capital, it could take you a long time to reach your goals and your dreams. I want everybody to paint a picture that if I create 1,000 people like me and they can trade at any time on their own, I have a question. Is it easy for me to have money all the time? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Is it easy for me to have money all the time? Yet I'm not using my capital. I'm not using my capital. I'm not the one on the market. Now, why is it that some of you feel that it is not good to speak to other people about the business because of the challenges you face in the business? Friends, it is important for you not to trade alone. If you are here and for you are just paying fuel fee every time you are withdrawing from your Binance back to your Royal Q, why are you deciding to live a life of below your average, of below your capacity? Why are you learning these things and staying with them alone? I want to promise you, we shall put you in the grave with your knowledge. I need to be clear. We shall put you in the grave with your knowledge. Let me tell you, friends, someone can be a doctor and he dies with his doctorate knowledge and it does not help anyone. Am I right? Give me some answers in the chat. Someone can be a lawyer and he dies with his lawyer knowledge. Someone can be a professor and he dies with his professor knowledge. And it does not help anyone in your family. Someone can be a very good engineer and he dies with his engineering knowledge. And it does not help anyone. Nobody can pick his father's, like my daughter says, yes, my father went to school. That's why me, when I go to a function, I don't want to talk about my profession. I'm a businessman. You see, when people are given microphones to introduce themselves, they introduce with their professions. But you die with your profession. You die with your lawyer knowledge. You die with your doctorate knowledge. Some of you die with your profession. But let me tell you one thing. I have a question. If things change today, I'm not causing any danger, but I want you to meditate about this. And you get an accident. If things change today and you get an accident, and you cannot wake up to go to that job that you do every day. If things change today,
Because things can change. How many of you agree with me that things can change? I had a friend of mine who was very rich, and he had a lot of buildings. He had a lot of buildings. He's a very rich man, had a lot of real estate. But things changed. And he had to lose his constructions he had made. He had to lose his land title. And a few days he was asking me how I can connect him to some of my friends to see if he can get help to redeem his real estate and land. Things can change. But when you decide to go and empower people, my friend, when you are down, they will still be using the software. Am I speaking to someone? Am I speaking to someone? They will still be using the software, and you will still be making money. You see, there are a few days ago, I was not working because I was not feeling well. But I was still making money. Why? Because my goal is to create a community of knowledgeable people. Because they can go in the market at any time and make a fortune for themselves, and I'll still get paid. Can we decide to move away from pretending that everything is okay, pretending that we hold the future, and we understand the power of investing in people? Can we understand the power of investing in human resource? Although softwares have come, although AI is here, although you are very rich, you have buildings, you have estates, you have companies, there is nothing that beats duplicatable, leverageable human resource. I want you, friends, to invest in people. How do you invest? You don't give them money. You give them knowledge. How do you give them knowledge? I want you to decide to reach out to someone today and tell them about Royal Q. I want you to be a team player, not a team sucker. Some of you, since you joined this business, you are just sucking blood from us. Knowledge. Where is Zoom link? But for the things we have taught you for all this time, you are not replicating this knowledge to anybody. You are dying with it. We shall bury you with this knowledge. And you will leave your people on this earth suffering. In the past history, people have been leaving land titles, buildings, businesses. But you find that the business dies when the owner dies. Am I right? How many of you have seen companies disappear because the founders of those companies have died? How many of you? The system you are building to teach someone, like for example, friends, there is one leader here called Aminata. I've never seen her. I've never seen her. She stays in that country called France. But I'll see her one day. I will invite her to my wedding very soon, very soon. I will invite her to my wedding very soon. But friends, this knowledge is a life skill. This is a life skill that people can go in find a good trade, take the knowledge into Royal Q, trade and make money. Now, as I come to the end,
those who would like to attend, there is no, people want me to invite you. I'm inviting you to not to a wedding, but to the birthday of my upline. My upline is going to make a birthday. There are a few slots left for the attenders. It will be happening on the 30th of this month. My upline is my daughter in the business. And I want to invite you, those who can, you need to just chat me and I will be getting a card. If you don't get, the space is limited, just a few people. Qualifications a little bit few, at least have a ranker, or at least have at least $50,000 in your account. Not that you are going to give us any money, but we don't want to associate with broke people. We don't want to associate with broke people. It is not a birthday to inspire. You must have made some money. But I want to just encourage you to make sure that you $50,000 as your capital. $50,000 as your capital. At least, okay, 10,000 minimum to come to the birthday. We are not going to ask you for anything, but we just don't want to associate with broke people. And no room for broke people. So to come to the birthday, we don't want to finish the birthday, then you start saying, I don't have transport. See, someone comes to the party. At the end of the party, he says, I don't have transport. Please, can you help me with transport to take me back home? After he's very satisfied. No, no room for that. No room. No room for that. I don't have airtime. I don't have data. After someone, please, I'm here, but you see, I don't have, no room, no room, no room. So that's why we are trying to limit. Local people, yes, they should not come. But if you are around Masaka, if you are around Masaka or around Uganda, you can chat me. The birthday is on 30th. You just need to come with an empty stomach. Time is midday. Venue will be put for you in the chat. And I will receive a digital invitation card to the birthday of my upline. To the birthday of my upline. So just come to my chat. Don't send me any money. We don't need the money. We just need your presence. Okay, we just need your presence to attend. Yeah, but if you are broke, please don't inbox me. I want to come, but I don't have transport. Please, please. You see, I have just started here. I don't have money. My money is in floating loss. You don't want to invite people to increase your capital. Please don't inbox me. You see, I love the party. I want to come. Please, please, please. The market is downy. I'm in floating loss. But if it was not downy, I would come. You see my coins here. Let me take a screenshot. I have $3,000. If you cannot go and speak to other people and get more capital, please don't inbox me. You see all my money. No, 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 no. Please, people with excuse. Don't come. Don't come. All right. Thank you so much, friends. That was just a joke. I wish you all the best. If you want to start Royal Q, someone, how do I start the business? Please inbox the person who invited you here, and get started. So we wish you the best. I'm just joking. Those are just jokes. I'm just joking. Everybody can be like me, please. Don't take me very seriously. Don't take me very seriously. But I wish you a nice day. Catch up today. You will be looking at the compensation plan of Royal Q. Let us meet there and discuss details on how you can pay. Make sure you are part of our Telegram channel so that you can be getting signals. How many of you have seen us increase our signals per day? How many of you have seen us increase our signals per day?
How many of you have seen us increase our signals? How many of you have seen us increase our signals? The signals are very many. So please take advantage on our Telegram channel. And we have also been able to teach you how you add a bell, how you add, we have really tried our level best. Okay, so we wish you all the best, and we love you all. Please have a nice day. If you are not in our channel, I believe after this meeting, I will share the link on all our crypto ambassadors, leaders groups, and I know the leaders will disseminate to their different teams, and we shall be good to go. All right, have a nice day. Love you all, and bye-bye.